Hey guys, so sorry I'm not in my usual studio today and everything, but I have to make do with what I can make do here. So, Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman is the fourth movie in the DC Extended Universe and the first movie to be centered, well, technically the second, because I guess Superman was the first, the second movie to be centered on just a solo DC character. So basically, the movie starts and you meet Diana, and she's basically part of this strong, tough willed group of women called the Amazon. So basically, imagine the Spartans from 300, only if they were all women and they were really tough and they could kick all your asses. Basically, that's who the Amazons are. That being said, Diana basically wants to be a strong, tough warrior like her mom and basically train. Her mom's like, no, 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 you cannot fight at all. So Diana trains in secret from her aunt, learns how to fight until mom just realizes, oh, okay, all right, yeah, you can teach her to fight. So she learns how to fight until one day, ooh, bam, in comes a plane with a dude named Steve Trevor. And they go on their little adventure into World War I. Now, I'm not sure how the historians would portray this movie as being accurate to World War I, even though it is the 100th anniversary of one of the battles of World War I, since it happened in 1919 and this is 2017. So, or not 1919, my bad, 1917. This is 2017, right. Anyway, so the movie, very, very well done, touches on the whole female aspect of things and everything, and how, you have to be a strong woman, you have to see that there's evil everywhere, not just one guy who's behind it all. And I think the movie really presents it all when Diana's sort of like struggling. I mean, the whole movie she's basically like, where's Ares? Where's Ares? Where's this dude named Ares? Ares is behind it all. He's the god of war and everything, and he is behind this war and all the wars and everything. And then Steve Trevor just like pulls her aside and just says, it's not just one guy, not everyone's good. People are just bad and everything, and we just have to stop them and everything. And that's one of the hard lessons that Wonder Woman has to learn. I mean, the humor in it all is just how she has to go about learning how we do things in our society as compared to how she does things on her little island and everything. And it's just a very fun way of portraying our society, and how it goes about is just really, really hilarious and everything. I mean, Steve Trevor, he's the everyman. He's just the dude that's just trying to fight in the war, but he's also a spy, so he stumbles upon this island, and Wonder Woman and him go on this little adventure. Now, I will note that no one in this movie calls her Wonder Woman at all. That's probably the name that she earns later, or maybe the name that the Justice League dubs her. Oh, you will now be officially Wonder Woman. No one actually says Wonder Woman at all. They basically just call her Diana. Because maybe it's her first mission. She's not at like the Wonder Woman-esque area or level yet, but she's getting there. She's not officially there yet, but she's getting there. I thought the movie overall, though, was pretty well. I liked the villain. I wish they had kind of done more with him, which I thought was a little bit of the disappointment and everything. But this movie was a lot more funny. It had a lot of the same action that Batman versus Superman offered, same thing the Man of Steel offered, and also the same thing Suicide Squad is. It's kind of that same action set piece that you've come to see from these movies so far. Now, as it may well be known by this point in time, Wonder Woman is the first DC movie in the DC Extended Universe anyway to be well received with the critics, which is interesting. The critics seem to like Wonder Woman a lot more as compared to Man of Steel, as compared to Batman vs. Superman, as compared to Suicide Squad. And I thought that was interesting, and that actually swayed me a lot in the right before I actually viewed the movie. Not to say that Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad are completely bad movies. Man of Steel I enjoyed very well. I mean, it launched everything. It's a pretty great story of how to, a new take on how to define Superman's character, and Batman vs. Superman, adding Batman into this mix really expands that. However, despite the problems that Batman versus Superman has, and you you would be lying to yourself if you would say that movie does not have problems, because of course it does. And Suicide Squad also kind of shares a little bit of that also. I feel like now going forward with Wonder Woman, and now that DC sort of has like a grip on what they want their movies to be, if they kind of take it in the direction that they are going now, then I think they'll be solid going ahead forward. Now that being said, I don't know how this is going to reflect on Justice League, but I think the fans overall, any fan of Wonder Woman, I think would be proud of this movie. Any fan of a DC movie would be proud of this movie. Anyone who went along making it, Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, and Patty Jenkins, of course, the director, did a fantastic job with this movie. So much so that I think they're in talks right now with her directing a Man of Steel sequel, which I think would be awesome. But I enjoyed this movie. I thought I didn't really know what to expect. Really, my whole thing was just for it to be good. I mean, it's good to have just a balanced movie, because I know they said this in an interview that just that it doesn't matter what the critics say as long as it matters what the fans say, and that's true. That's true. But when you have it like balanced on both sides, I think it evens everything out, and then it gives everyone just a better view of everything. I seem to be ranting a lot about this, but it was all going through my mind. But of course, go out and see Wonder Woman. If you haven't already, of course you would be seeing it already because you're watching this review. But anyway, watch it again. Watch it again. Watch it 3 times. Watch it 4 times. Watch it 5 times if you want. But I thought it was, well, good. Gal Gadot did a great job. Chris Pine was good with his witty humor, that sexual tension. Just the whole breaking of the norms is what this movie did so well at. Just the whole idea that just a man doesn't need to protect a woman can do that equally as well. And I like that. And I think going forward into more comic book, even more superhero movies, we should see like more of these movies, just women as the center stage. And that could happen in the case of a Black Widow movie, a She-Hulk movie, or just any superhero, even a Supergirl movie. I'd be down for that. Just any women movie. It just seems like Wonder Woman is just a stepping stone for more solo superhero movies that are just focused on women superheroes, because we don't really see it that often, and I think it's a great way to integrate those characters and find out more about them and show the strength. And if you're a woman and you're seeing this movie, I think by the end of it you should feel empowered, and men, you should also feel empowered to also have that respect for women that this movie shows off, I guess and that's my little memo of the day. But to sum things up, let me know what you guys thought about Wonder Woman, what you liked about it. Did you think it was too female? Did you think it had enough action? Do you think that this is the right way for the DC extended universe to going forward into the future as we get close to Justice League, Aquaman, Green Lantern Corps, and eventually The Flash, whenever they find another director? Yeah, so let me know what you guys thought about it. I am Chris. I hope you enjoyed this review. My next movie that I will be reviewing is The Mummy, so stay tuned for that. It may be a couple days after it comes out, but please see my other reviews: Pirates of the Caribbean, Guardians of the Galaxy, Alien Covenant, and The Fate of the Furious. But like I said, I am Chris, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.